Hello, small church pastors. Just got finished with my morning walk, and I was thinking about something, and I wanted to put it on video and share it with you. Of course, my name is Cliff. I'm the Digital Apostle, and what I do in my business is I draw attention to ministries through social media. I take your Facebook live Sunday morning worship service, and I create small videos, 1-minute videos, and I put them all over social media. And it draws thousands and thousands of eyeballs to your ministry. And that's great. You know, I like what I do. I enjoy the attention it brings ministries. I enjoy the result of it. But my question to you, small church pastors, is what now? And the reason I say this is, yes, you're going to get thousands and thousands of more eyeballs than you ever have gotten on your ministry. People who see you. Thousands of people are going to see you. Thousands of people are going to know your church exists. But my question is, what am I pointing them to? What am I bringing? I'm bringing these people to you and this attention to you. What do you want to do with it? And that's a very, very important question. I see so many small churches, and I work with churches that have membership of less than 100, most of them membership less than even 50. And so many of them are just trying so hard to get those membership numbers up. They want more people in the pews. They want more people knowing their ministry exists, more people donating to the ministry. And all those goals are fine. But I feel like churches lose what church is about in seeking numbers. The numbers are great. You want to bring the gospel to as many people as possible, but the reason you're bringing the gospel to those people is the question. Why do you want those numbers? We don't focus as much on the Great Commission as we used to. The greatest commandment, loving God and loving people. The Great Commission tells us to teach the gospel to all the world, to bring the gospel to all the world. My tagline is, the world is online, that's where the church should be. And that's why I say that. The idea is to point people to Jesus, not just to have numbers. So ask yourself, I get these numbers, I'm getting these thousands and thousands of people with their eyeballs on me in my ministry like never before. What do I want them to see when they look past the videos, when they click the links and they say, okay, what is this church about? What is this pastor about? What do you want people to see? What message do you want to present to the world? What do you want to do with these numbers? Don't just get excited that you're getting more numbers and more followers on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. That's great. That's great that you're getting more and more numbers. What do you want to do with those numbers once you get them? Just having them isn't enough, And it's not just about necessarily growing the church. I mean, if you get more donations. Obviously, you can do more with your church building and this and that. At the heart of it, think about it now, because if the numbers continue to come, your ministry is going to continue to grow. You're going to grow. It's inevitable. If you continue to consistently preach and consistently put content on social media, your ministry will grow. Your followers will grow. What now? Think about it now. What do you want your message to be? And everybody's message is follow Jesus. I understand that. But each pastor has a heart for something different. God gives everyone a different direction to go in. Even in the Bible, everybody in the Bible, Paul was different from Timothy, was different from John the Baptist, was even different from Jesus' ministry. What is your ministry? What is your calling? What did God put in your heart to bring to the world? There's a reason why there's not just one pastor over everyone. We have different pastors for different reasons. What is your message to the world? Think about that. Think about what you want to do with the numbers that are being brought to you on social media. As you see those numbers get big, as you see a post go viral, and you see a post hit 5,000, 10,000 numbers, and you start to get excited, what do you want those 10,000 people to see? The numbers are exciting in and of themselves, yes. But then what? Now what? What's next? What do you want people to see when they peek behind those numbers? Because people are going to click on your profile. People are going to click on, excuse me, your other social media. What is it you want them to see when they peer behind the wall? Even if they visit your church, what is it that you are trying to communicate with the world? And start thinking about now how you want your ministry to be in 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. What are you trying to grow? Because it's going to be a lot harder to navigate that once it gets growing. You need to know now what you're going for so that when it gets bigger, you have put yourself in a position that it grows in the direction you want it to go. Because you don't want to have to change course once it gets there. You know, that's going to be a phenomenally difficult task. And even worse, you don't want people to be like, oh, he's just blathering. He's just talking. He just cares about his numbers. He's just trying to get as many followers. He's not really about anything. That is not what you want. Look inside your heart. Look inside the reason why you became a pastor in the first place when you had no one, when you were the only person with this vision. Most pastors I know fight against it. They don't want to be pastors. And then they surrender to the calling because they feel led of God to do what they're doing. Seek that out. Those moments back then when you didn't want to necessarily go down this difficult road of being a pastor, and you decided that you were called to do this, and you made that decision and you made that commitment. What did you do it for? Don't let go of that. I love the scripture that talks about going back to your first love, talking about when you first fell in love with Jesus. Go back to when you first became a pastor and that first passion you had for it and why you did it. That is what you need to keep in mind and project to the world, whether it's in your sermons, whether it's on your social media, whether it's in your church, whether it's on a website if you have it, whatever it is that you have. Get on social media or get online or get in your church and project that. Remember that thing that drew you initially to the ministry and project that to the world. Then when you get those numbers in social media, those impressive numbers, those exciting numbers, you can direct those people to something and you can fulfill the calling. That's basically what you want to do. You were called to do something. You want to fulfill it. You want to feel like you were called to do a specific thing. You draw the people in, you do that specific thing, and you have fulfilled what you were called to do.